Oh, I don't know why you did it. I don't know what you did it for, Tony. Stick yourself, Tony. Go ahead and stick yourself. Stick yourself. Stick yourself, Gotti. Your name, your name is Irvin Lorenzo. Where the world did the Gotti come from? Now, here's the thing. And let's talk about it. Irv Gotti opened his mouth and decided to reignite a beef with 50 Cent. 50 Cent pokes this man. Everybody look at Fifth like he was bullying Irv. Like, man, leave Irv alone. Let him do his thing, man. Leave Irv Gotti alone. Then Irv then came up and got his tails. Season is coming back up again. So here come another interview. Here comes another thing where now he feels like, yeah, I'm back in the game. And everyone's asking me, hitting me up yesterday. I'm trying to watch Stranger Things, man. Can I watch my Stranger Things? Get caught up. Trying to watch Stranger Things. Season 3. But anyway. While I'm trying to do that, everybody's bing, your boy Irv tripping, bling, 50 gonna roast him tomorrow, bling, Cito, you gonna get him, bling, man, Irv, man, he went in. I'm like, do I got to get up off this chair, go sit down, and dissect this again? They was like, man, dude, you cook steaks, boy, you be giving us steaks. We can't go back to the doggone hamburger helper. We need that steak. Well, if you want steak, and this is what I give you. All right, here we go. So what did Irv Gotti say? Irv Gotti came out and said 50 Cent is rolling with the police. That was his biggest claim in there, that 50 actually calls the police on people. And he believes 50 Cent actually gets on the phone and go, yo, this is Curtis. And actually call the cops on people. Like he rolled with the cops. He called the police on us. Well, let's look at the situation here. Irv Gotti. Because Irv Gotti's trying to blame 50 Cent basically, I guess, for the raid that happened on Murder INC. But let's look at the people never look at what they do. You know, that's the kicker of this whole situation is people don't realize what they do in a situation that's counterproductive to them. You see what I'm saying? If Irv Gotti didn't do what he shouldn't have never done, we wouldn't be having this conversation. You see, people don't understand. It's what they do that makes the situation worse. The night 50 Cent and Jock got into it with the incident with the bat, after that it should have been over. But you guys went and tried to kick it off back at the hotel. Right? And the cops arrested Jock. Right? Then, in the studio, 50 no one bothering you, they were up there recording. Didn't Murder INC go up there and attack the man? Hit the lights? So again, Another incident. Then he gets shot, right? Wasn't because of you. Had nothing to do with your situation. But yet, you align yourself with them once Fifth had a problem with somebody else who you weren't even affiliated with. But you got affiliated, and then that happened. They linked up, right? Now that person was beefing with somebody more powerful than you. But yet and still, you said Fifth, right? Came out and threw 50 under the bus. Said when he got shot, he must have made a deal with the devil. And shout out to Djvlad for the interview, too. I don't want to take the credit for it. He the one put the interview out there. He the one did the work and interviewed Irv. So you must go check out the interview. Go check it out on his page if you hadn't seen it. Now, with that being said, Irv Gotti came out and said that 50 must have made a deal with the devil. He must have died, talked to the devil, made a deal for his soul, and the devil brought him back. Because God can't support a man with those type of actions. What kind of actions? You said what kind of actions? Who's locked up because of 50 Cent? Supreme locked up because of 50? I don't think so. Who locked up because of him? You said G Unit attacked Jimmy's son. He actually said that. They actually had Jimmy's son, smacked him up and everything. First off, that wasn't the incident that took place. That had nothing to do with 50 Cent. Right? Somebody who was affiliated with 50, mostly with Tony Yayo, decided to take things in his own hands and act out and just got over aggressive. Something happened to that person. They touched Jimmy's son. And the person went to jail for touching Jimmy's son. Okay? So that thing was resolved. That person came out. I don't know what happened. But that guy, once he got out, a couple of weeks later, he's no longer with us. All right? So that's what that was. Open, shut, case. Right there. So did 50 have to go tell on Jimmy? No, he did not. So don't put that on him. They put that man's death on Jimmy. Did they call 50 Cent in as a witness to testify in that case? No. But Jimmy went down for it. But let's talk about Irv Gotti for a minute. When 50 Cent was coming back into music and he was trying to get a record deal after getting dropped from Columbia, because what you did, Irv Gotti, you went and start talking and telling on people. You calling up record labels. You should put Jennifer Lopez with 50 Cent because he got gangsters and killers around him and people trying to kill him. And I don't want nothing to happen to Jennifer. That was you, Irv. That's what you did. You were calling around, blocking this man from getting a record deal. That's what you was doing. So if anybody was going around being a rat, you gotta look at yourself too. But see, y'all was at the top of the food chain. And when you at the top of the food chain, it's real easy to be that arrogant prick going around with your chin up thinking you tough and you got it. Right? What happened? Did 50 cause your brother Chris to go out and get shot in some type of robbery crap? Chris getting shot had nothing to do with 50. Did it? What was Chris thinking? What was he even out there for? Right? So what was Irv's involvement in this? So when 50 Cent gets signed by Dr. Dre and Eminem, who comes out threatening Eminem and Shady Records? Ja Rule, Irv Gotti do their interview with XXL. That's what took your label down. You see, you don't mention that, Gotti. You think 50 Cent was going to war with you on mixtape for years, blasting y'all on mixtapes for what y'all was doing, trying to blackball him out the game. You were getting blasted already from 50 Cent, so ain't nothing happened to y'all then because the money was good. But why don't you mention what really happened, Gotti? You went to war with the white boy. That's what happened. You told Eminem, Ja, I'm linked Ja to you. So y'all said you was gonna take down, do what you gonna have to do if they gonna authorize 50 Cent to come after us on record. We gonna take their record company down. We gonna take their label down. And then what did you do? They said, oh, okay, it's like that. Go ahead, 50. Do your thing. And 50 went ahead and laced Ja Rule and said, look, do what you got to do. Take him out. Because they had told Fifth, man, on the album, don't mention Ja, none of that. We ain't going to try to start no waves coming through the door. Let's just keep all that Ja Rule stuff out. But because 50 was coming up and had so much movement, that's how he got so big in New York. Because he was on the mixtape trail and everybody in New York City knew him for being blackballed and wondering why he couldn't get his shot and his shine. So New York backed him because of the nonsense y'all did. Now, if you look at the situation, because you wanted to fight fire with fire, you turn around Ja and came out with that song. Your mama's a crackhead, he was a known slut. Ja dissed Eminem and Haley on the song, this Busta Rhymes, this 50 on the same song. Once he did that and talked about Haley, and what you think Haley gonna be when she grows up, Murder Inc. was done. Murder Inc., your record company, was done. Kaput. Finished. You got erased out the game for making that song. 50 didn't take you out. You can put all the blame on 50, but you know who really took you out. The Jimmy. Paul Rosenberg, Jimmy Iovine, they took you out. But you won't mention their names, will you? That's real power. It's quick to blame Fifth. Fifth will take the credit. He was the vehicle. Eminem, Paul Rosenberg, Jimmy Iovine. That's why you got raided. Come on, man. You ain't got, you already know what it is, Jimmy. I mean, Gotti or whatever you call yourself, Irv, you know what happened. You know those are the reasons. These are the facts. Once you did that, you just threw more gas on the flame. And you fueled him. You made 50 Cent what he is. You made 50 Cent album sell 10 million the first week. You helped throw the fire on it. You gave the streets that flame for him to keep flaming you on mixtapes. He wasn't really flaming you on the record, on the album. He was flaming you on the mixtape. And it had so much buzz, it was selling everything else. And it was killing y'all. Then y'all tried to run it back. Like, oh man, we made that Blood in Your Eye. And even though Blood in Your Eye was dope and all that, it was an EP. Y'all was so much was going on at that time. Y'all like, man, why did we get in the mud with him? Then you tried to backtrack and go back to being Ja Rule, and it was too late. It's too late. Then here come the feds. Money slowed up. Gotta spend money for trials. They got you. So I know how it is. You know, I get it. You were mad. You want to blame 50, but the person you really gotta blame is yourself. You created the situation. Your arrogance created the situation. You couldn't walk away. And that ain't got nothing to do with 50. What started with 50 escalated to something that you getting eliminated by some people who basically didn't give a damn about you in the first place. They didn't care what was happening to you. You was messing up their money now. You threatening to mess up their money. They couldn't have you roaming around claiming something. Oh no. Once you mentioned Eminem, you were in trouble. And you should have known that. But yet, you sat there in front of Vlad and you never mentioned his name. Never mentioned his name. Never mentioned what really happened. But it's cool to blame 50 because you don't like him. "50 called the cops on us." Yeah, right. You see how people do? It's quick to throw it on the brother. Quick to throw it on the brother. Yeah, because that makes sense. Yeah, he called the cops on us. He dropped a dime. Man ain't showed no testimony. Didn't do any of these. Did no testimony to lock up y'all to have you raided. None of it. But yet it's all him. Y'all, hey, don't forget to support my page. And if you're watching this, Irv Gotti, make sure you hit me up on the Cash App. My name is Carcino, or click the link in the description box and hit the Streamlab up. So until Irv come clean and spill the beans and say, man, dude just told the truth. We made this situation worse and worse for ourselves. As I always did. I kept opening my mouth. I kept making it worse. And now they finally got an opportunity where people are allowing them back in the game, because most of the people who were like protecting is out the game or just don't give a damn about them no more. They got a lane now. They had a couple of friends who made it up the ladder, namely Jay, to help them get through some of that blockade. So definitely, get your money. I ain't hating on nobody getting their money, but at least tell the damn truth. Tell it right. I'm out.